Okay, it's 21st of October 2021, Thursday. I was given a quick heads up by Games from Scratch, Substance Painter and Substance Designer. I'm more interested in Substance Designer because that's what makes the textures. Substance Painter just paints them onto things, and we can do that in we can do that in Unity with other things. Also, don't forget Dungeon Architects on sale at the moment. So if you're doing dungeons, really want to be grabbing that. And I'll be doing something on that in a bit as well. Also, yeah, check him out. So yeah, Adobe has taken over Substance Designer, Substance Painter. Substance Designer, let's get it up on the Steam page, is available on Steam for 100 quid, which is expensive. But it's cheaper than alternatives, and in particular, it's cheaper than paying £20 odd a month forever more. It's a one-off payment as opposed to this subs, because it's been acquired by Adobe. It's now going to be, it's moving towards the Adobe model of now you've got to pay per month. You know, this whole service model, which I cannot stand. The only problem with getting it on Steam is you don't have access to the community materials, which are amazing and help you get started, because it's all node-based and it gets very, very complicated. You can make some beautiful materials. It just makes awesome. I'm particularly keen on procedural wrapping textures as opposed to painting them individually into an object. But it does get mind-meltingly complicated. So the problem being, you can get it on Steam, but it's only for a year. But you can keep using it after that year. But you don't have access to the community resources. But you do have access to legacy stuff. So someone pointed out to me that it's Substance share-legacy.substancetd.com. provides you with a few legacy things. This is just the ones for forests. I did a search for forests, and some of these ground textures are available. And what we can do is take these textures and output them into TGA, and then we've got them for Unity. So that allows us to get started at least in figuring out what the heck to do and how to get going with Substance Designer. Like I say, Substance Designer. You don't really need Substance Painter. Unless your job requires it. Okay, and the other thing that you can get is there's some tutorials, which this particular tutorial, although it doesn't have a scroll on this is 3D Adobe.com tutorials, tree barks with Nikolai Demenchikov, and he's got a YouTube setting, and this is how to create an amazing procedural tree bucks from a single image and from various other things using Substance. Get it right, Substance Designer. And the thing about Substance Designer, it creates these beautiful layered textures. It does an incredible job. So it's definitely worth thinking about. And my concern and worry is that because Adobe's flexing, that they're going to push it off Steam, and we're going to end up with the standard Adobe thing, which is you've got to now pay 20 quid a month for the privilege of using this software. So this could possibly, 2021 could be the last year that it's available on Steam. I mean, maybe they'll be more forward thinking, but historically speaking, it's always been pushing everything towards into your service model, where you don't have access, where you've got to go via the cloud for your stuff rather than have personal ownership of the software, which personally I have a great problem with. Oh, you may not care about paying 20 quid a month for the privilege. So yeah, that was just a quick video, so just a bit more detail, because I made an announcement based from this guy, Games from Scratch, And I did a bit more research, and I found out that you can get some, at the moment at least, until they shut this down or try and hide this as well. You can get some, compared to the actual community resources, there's thousands of these things. So these stuff is very limited, but at least it gives you something to play with, especially things like that one, Forest Mud. And then the tutorials will teach you how to do it bit by bit, and they're also available on YouTube. So that's very cool. And I think that's pretty much all I've got to say about it. Yeah. Again, it's purely optional. You don't need any of this. You can, but in my experience, I have found that Substance Designer creates incredible textures, which then get mixed down and rendered down into TGAs for Unity use. Okay, I hope that's of use to someone.